Hey loves, it is Cree, aka Intellectinheels, or Intellectinheels, aka Cree, and I am back with another video for y'all with another Cree talk because I really think there is something important that I need to talk to y'all about. And that important thing, y'all, is boundaries. Everybody talks about how you need them, but nobody really talks about how hard it is to establish them. Okay. Okay. So that's what we're going to talk about today. And if you want to listen in on how that process went for me, then please tune in. To all of my oldies but goodies, thank you for rejoining the family once again. And to all of my newbies, if you love fashion, beauty, faith, with a sprinkle of lifestyle, you are going to love this channel. So hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications so you never miss my uploads. Anywho, let's get into this Cree talk, y'all. Okay, boundaries. Sounds great, sounds wonderful. Everybody needs them. But again, nobody tells you how hard it is to establish them. Nobody tells you how hard it is to tell the people that you love no. It may even be sometimes easier to tell a stranger because you don't really know them. But if you have a big heart like I do, or you're a people pleaser, I wouldn't necessarily categorize myself as a people pleaser because there's a part of me that just don't care. And I've always been like that. I've always kind of like marched to the beat of my own drum. So I really am not much of a people pleaser, but I do have a big heart and I'm a very generous person, if I may say so myself. So it's easy to say yes more and more because you are trying to show the people around you that you care and that you love them. And so it's easy to start saying yes, 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 yes. And it can easily get out of control. And so what I had to learn as I've been getting older is how to establish boundaries and how to say no and how to really, because creating boundaries and saying no is literally telling other people how to treat you and also telling other people that you matter, that your time, your energy, and your feelings, they matter. And when you've been a certain way for a long amount of time and you decide to change, that's hard. It's hard for you, and it's also hard for the people that are experiencing the change with you. And so to have to say no, and when someone is asking something from you, it is hard. It is difficult. It is, you feel guilty, you feel awkward, you feel bad about it. But if you keep saying it and you really think about why you're saying no, it helps out a bunch. Like I say, in the beginning, it's going to feel very ugly in the beginning. It's not going to feel good. It's going to feel awkward. People are probably going to get mad at you. They're not going to understand why you were saying yes over here and now you're saying no over here. It's going to be awkward. But when you think about your why, when you think about why you're doing it, whether it be for your mental health, for your physical health, whatever it is for, when you think about your why, then it gets easier to say, you know what, I'm going to love myself the way I need to be loved. I'm going to nurture myself the way I need to be nurtured. So when I do show up for you, I can show up for you as my best self. Sometimes saying no is just literally saying, I cannot show up for you in this moment as my best, or in my best. And sometimes for me, that means not answering the phone until I get into a better headspace. It's all kinds of ways to establish boundaries. And of course, it may seem quote unquote mean, but you have to think about yourself, your feelings, what you're feeling that in that moment. Are you able to give of yourself the way that you want to? And if you can't, then you may just have to say no. You may just have to establish that boundary so that people get in the habit of honoring how you feel, honoring who you are as a person. And so, yes, it is awkward at first. You're going to have to adjust to people not being happy about it. You're going to have to adjust to people trying to figure out who is this new person, who is this new you, and that can be difficult, and it's going to be different for everybody. But the people that truly care about you will hang in there with you and will, you know, evolve with you. And the people who are not willing to respect you will not like it, and they'll slowly leave your life if they can't respect that you are now loving yourself in the way that you need to be loved. I will say that I allowed myself at one point in my life to get very depleted, and it was not a good feeling at all. I would rather have my boundaries and have that awkward feeling initially than have myself be totally exhausted and depleted the way that I was. I had given so much of myself to my job, to my church, to just everything without getting the refilling that I needed. And it took that in my life for me to start establishing boundaries, because I was just like, I'm out of everything. I have nothing to give, because I was empty. And you never want to find yourself in an empty place, because it's very unhealthy mentally and physically for you to be exhausted and depleted. So I had to learn the hard way that I had to stand up and do something different. Don't be like me. Be better than me. And start letting people know that you matter, and that like I said, your feelings, mental, physical, all of those things matter. Because a lot of times we understand physical boundaries. Like, we understand, like, don't get too close, stand over there, you're too close to me, all of those things. But we don't really understand mental boundaries, emotional boundaries, and things like that. And so that is very important to establish those boundaries in your life as well. If somebody is toxic in your life, dysfunctional in your life, you don't have to participate. You don't have to be a part of those things. You can say, you know what, I'd rather stay out of it so that I keep my sanity. And you do that. You do just that. You do what is best for you. You make sure that you are nurturing your mind, your heart, your spirit in the way that is good for you. A lot of times we are so busy serving others that we don't take time to nurture and serve ourselves, because we feel like, especially as women, we feel like we're being selfish and all of that other stuff. But you're not being selfish. Like, really taking care and listening and getting clarity on how you feel. There is nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with getting rest. There is nothing wrong with resetting. There is nothing wrong with taking care of you. So I pray that you take this with you on your journey. And again, don't be like me. Don't hit your head against the wall before you get it. Okay? Okay. Anywho, thanks for joining my TED Talk. And thanks for listening into another Cree Talk, my loves. And I will definitely see y'all next time. Light, love, and blessings. Peace out.
Feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.